I am very pleased to say good morning to you and to welcome you to the 118th commencement exercises of Virginia Union University. I invite you to please remain standing for the posting of the colors, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the singing of the national anthem, after which the program will proceed as printed. If you will join me with the pledge, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. As the light of a brand new day reminds us of your presence that penetrates the deepest clouds, our hearts and our souls say hallelujah. Thank you, Lord, for one more day. Thank you for amazing grace and your inviting investment in creation that kept the forces of nature functioning in a fashion that caused the sun to rise and affords us the privilege of saying top of the morning. Thank you for the earth, the fullness thereof, and all that dwell therein. Thank you for welcoming us into your space and giving us this place. Thank you for this glorious moment in the history of your school and your people that allows us to testify, victory is mine. Let your spirit fall fresh upon us. Sanctify this moment and sanctify us, such that everything expressed, said, and done resounds to your glory. In the majestic name of he who is the sunrise in every dark night, and the blazing grandeur unextinguished in the deepest darkness, our souls say, hallelujah, amen.
You may be seated. You're welcome. Good morning. I'm W. Franklin Richardson, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Virginia Union University, and I want to welcome you to this important celebration of the continuous and the latest deposit of Virginia Union into the lives of this creation. You have come to celebrate new life, new evidence that Virginia Union is alive and well, and we give God praise today. To all of our invited guests and to our president, and let me say while I'm saying president, I want to recognize Dr. Claude Perkins, who is completing his term this semester as the president of Virginia Union University, and we celebrate his long service and his high productivity. Dr. Perkins. On yesterday, the Board of Trustees elected Dr. Perkins as President Emeritus of Virginia Union University. Now to say that I want to welcome you to this important gathering, the 118th commencement. I want to also thank the St. Paul Church for opening its doors and making possible our graduation commencement here today, and to Pastor Lance Watson. I would ask now that the trustees would stand and be acknowledged. These are persons who carry the burden of this institution in good times and bad, and they are doing a marvelous job. Will all the trustees please stand? I need to say that those of you who are visiting with us today, you have gathered together to see this wonderful class of 2017. Their presence here today is a testament to the faithfulness and sacrifices of parents, faculty, friends, and all those who wish them well. They are living evidence of what struggle can achieve, and we honor each one of them today. Virginia Union has come a long way since Lumpkin's jail, when on the blocks our forefathers and mothers were sold into slavery. And Virginia Union emerged out of that episode as a bridge to intellectual freedom. And across that bridge for 152 years, men and women have crossed into new opportunity and new privilege. And we are grateful today that it is still alive, that tradition. I want to charge all of you to go forth and carry forth the great legacy of this institution, and to affirm it in the face of changing times, in the face of criticisms and critiques that do not flatter. But we are the evidence that this is a valid experience and a noble achievement. God bless you all, and thank you for joining us here today in this wonderful commencement. God bless you.
For all of you in attendance today, today's commencement speaker has become quite a familiar face at Virginia Union University. He played a major role in our 150th anniversary celebration, and he is always in attendance at our community leaders' breakfasts, and in fact, he has perfect attendance. He recently honored our award-winning women's basketball team, number 2 in the nation. But ladies and gentlemen, class of 2017, this morning really shows us what a great friend he is of Virginia Union University. Because when we asked him and invited him to be with us, he said, "I need to tell you something. I have a daughter graduating on the same day." He said it's impossible and doable. And that is why he is here with us and the Honorable Governor. We are so appreciative for him making this special effort. So you will give him some understanding when he must leave after he gives his remarks. Please, when he gives his remarks. His family is already there, and he has a daughter who is expecting him, and he wants to take pictures with her. Governor Terry McCulloch is working every single day to create economic development in the Commonwealth of Virginia. He's a lifelong entrepreneur. He brings a common sense business approach, and he has created jobs in the 21st century industries such as cybersecurity, biosciences, and advanced manufacturing. The results of his efforts are very clear. Since the start of his administration, the number of jobs in the Commonwealth has increased by more than 189,000 jobs. He deserves an applause. He has also attracted more capital investment in Virginia's economy than any other governor, and Virginia's unemployment rate is the lowest in 9 years. The lowest in 9 years. Governor McCulloch has been recognized for his work in restoring voting rights for former felons. He's also working to restore trust in the government and imposed a 100-gift ban on himself and his administration during his first day in office. He has also expanded the Virginia Values Veterans Initiative, which encourages employers to hire Virginia veterans, to hire them. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me and welcome the 72nd Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Honorable, and if you will stand, Terry McCulloch.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, we can do better than that. Good morning. What an honor to be here. Sit down, Dr. Johnson. I thank you for that great introduction. It is an honor to be here at Virginia Union University, the greatest university in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And to the greatest class that has ever graduated from Virginia University. Now, I said it's got to be true, so I need you to make sure that you work hard to make sure every statement I say is true. To all the proud families who are here today, especially the parents, today is equally a celebration of your sacrifice and your unflinching commitment to your children. So if we could, let us give a round of applause to all of the family members who are here with us today and thank them. And in fact, graduates, stand up and give your parents a great round of applause if you could. And a special thanks to all the moms. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. And let's give a great round of applause for the greatest professors who have ever walked into a classroom in the history. I know for all the parents that this is a bittersweet moment, because once you leave here today, you are going to step out into life. I will be honest with you. This is a bittersweet moment for me. As governor, I have given many commencement addresses. This will be the last address I give as governor, so I clearly saved the best for last. Now, most of the commencement addresses, I talk about that you always have to think big, that you have to take chances, and you never can be afraid to fail. That's good advice to the other universities I gave, but it's important here today. But I do want to add a couple things because of the significance of Virginia Union University. And I also want to mention that 2017 is a very unique year. I'd be lying if I sugarcoated that the world you are about to inherit. I wouldn't do you any favors, and honestly, you wouldn't believe me anyways. Like generations past, you'll be charged with doing everything in your power to make it a better world. The good news is, Virginia Union University has prepared you to rise to that challenge. As you know, when most of you arrived here on campus for the first time, we had just re-elected America's first black president. ISIS was not yet a household name. And for some people, for some reason, they thought Macklemore was actually a good rapper. Today, we find ourselves in a world where saying Black Lives Matter is somehow a political statement. And where a president of the United States just this week questioned the value and constitutionality of HBCUs. It's easy to wonder, how can it be 2017 and we're still having this debate in this country? As we gather here today in Richmond, a place full of extraordinary, complicated, and sometimes shameful history, we know that that question is hundreds of years in the making. But even the most complicated stories can always have a silver lining. We all know the unique university history that we have here today and the world-renowned talent that has been fostered here over the last 150 years. And as I say, what I've seen, I'm proud of the class of 2017, your achievements, your perseverance. For example, Nat Lee. Where is Nat Lee? Nat Lee has maintained a perfect GPA while earning a triple major. A triple major in physics, chemistry, mathematics, and a minor in biology. Now, in full disclosure, folks, I tried to stay away from most of those courses, let alone taking all four. Nat Lee was raised on a houseboat in Vietnam. Nat promised himself at an early age that he would improve his quality for his family by getting a quality education, because he said education was his passport out of poverty. Today, he is here as a Cole valedictorian with plans to earn a doctoral degree in chemical engineering and someday open a clinical research facility in a rural, low-income community. Thank you, Nat, for your commitment. His fellow Cole valedictorian, Taylor White. Where is Taylor? Stand up. A star athlete on the National Lady Panthers basketball team. Also boasts a 4.0 GPA and has been involved in so many community activities I can't list them all, but because of her second grade teacher, Taylor is going to give back and have a career in elementary education. And finally, Dominique Volz. Where are you? Dominique, you stand there up for a minute. I'm told you have a very special story. Your path to VUU was sometimes a difficult struggle. When you arrived here as a shy, first-generation college student, you had to force yourself to get involved in the VUU community so that you could better prepare yourself for the real world. I'm glad to see that that work has paid off. Like so many of your peers, I understand that you're trying to figure out your next steps. No matter which path you choose, I know that your parents are extremely proud of you, and I believe that they're here today. Nakima Volz and Clarence Cheatham, where are they? Nakima and Clarence had very high hopes for Dominique, and they hoped that she would go to law school. In fact, Clarence's goal would be that she could go to Emory Law School, one of the toughest in America. So yesterday, I invoked the power of the governorship to call Emory to find out the status of that application. And Clarence, I am proud to tell you your daughter has been accepted at Emory Law School.
Natalie's brother and sister got here from Vietnam.
Really? All right, settle. I got to get to Wake Forest, folks, in an hour. But folks, you've all been tried and tested. I'll tell you a story as myself. I had to forge my own path in life. I knew from an early age if I was going to go to college, I was going to have to pay for it myself. So I got to work as a young man. I started my first business when I was 14 years old. I came home one day and saw a guy out sealing his driveway, putting that hot tar liquid on his driveway. I said, I can do that. I went home, I typed up a letter, handed it out to my neighbors. I had 6 jobs my first day. 14 years old, I had 15 people working for me. By the time I got to be 15, I said, I'm done with driveways. I'm going big. I'm going to start paving parking lots. But in order to pave parking lots, folks, you can't do it with your mother's car or taking a little wagon around your neighborhood. You need a big truck. So I went out to an old junkyard and got a huge truck from about here to the end of that wall. I'm 15 years old. I remember, folks, like it was yesterday. Everybody said, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. I went out with some gas, some spark plugs. I worked on this truck for a couple hours. It was in a big high grass. After about 2.5 hours of working on the engine, I got in the cab of this huge truck. I'm 15 years old. I could hardly see over the steering wheel. And I remember when I turned that key, truck hadn't been run for probably 5-10 years. And when that engine roared to life, I knew, folks, that I was an entrepreneur. I took that truck. I drove it out of that junkyard. I drove it down Interstate 81 in North Syracuse, past the state police substation. I am honking the horn. I am waving. I have no driver's license or no license plates on my truck. But, folks, I did it. And I ran that company for years, and that experience as a 14-year-old, as a young kid who had to make money to pay for college, started 30 companies, became our nation's youngest bank chairman at the age of 30 years old. People always told me, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm telling you, graduates, forget it. You do what you want to do. Do not let them tell you no, because you're going to hear it your whole life. Take risks. You're going to fail. We all fail. But the key is, what do you do that next day? You may not know this. I ran for governor in 2009 on a platform of big ideas, high-speed rail, renewable energy. And I said to the voters, if you don't like my big ideas, don't vote for me. And they didn't. I got crushed 2-1. It was a painful experience. But let me tell you something, folks. I got out of bed that next day, and I got right back to work, and I spent 4 years crisscrossing the Commonwealth of Virginia, and that is why I am now the 72nd governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. So when you go to bed tonight, graduates, you think about this. I want this last thing on your mind. Patrick Henry, our first governor, give me liberty, give me death. Thomas Jefferson, our second governor. And now, Terry McAuliffe. Is this not a great country? And I was actually born in New York, but don't tell anybody that. But my folks, my message to all you folks is, think big, take risks, don't be afraid to fail. It is your life. I'm telling you, young people, you follow your passions. Don't let people tell you what to do. Do what you love doing. I've done it with my 5 children. My oldest daughter, great education. She went off to Africa to save elephants. My next son went to Naval Academy. He's now a United States Marine, and the daughter graduating today is heading off to Israel to deal with the Palestinian conflict. Follow your dreams. Follow your passions. That's what this is all about. You got the greatest education in the world now. Now you need to use it. And when you get in a leadership position, folks, I'm asking you this. Take some risks, take some chances, and fight for people. Dr. Johnson talked about all the great economic records. We're doing great here. Unemployment 5.4 when I took office, 3.8 today. I've got so many high-paying open jobs today. But none of that, folks, will pale into comparison to my proudest moment as governor of this great Commonwealth. It was just a year ago I stood on the steps of our Capitol, where in 1902 a state senator put a disenfranchisement of felons, a poll tax, and a literacy test in the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia. To do as he said, to stop the blacks from voting, to stop them from having a political force here in Virginia. I got to stand on that same spot 114 years later and tell them they're new sheriff in town. And I restored the rights through a blanket order to help people, give them a second chance. They've already paid their debt to society. They're back out. They're paying taxes. They're going to church. Why do you not want them to vote? I didn't understand it. 40 states, it's automatic. I was making us the 41st state. You would have thought I'd burn the Capitol down. So I did it. And what happened? Republicans sued me, took to the Supreme Court. First time they ruled against me, not on constitutional grounds. They said, we're not going to let this governor do it because no other governor's done it before. That is not a constitutional theory. The Constitution says the governor has the authority to restore his rights. I went to law school. That's not a complicated sentence, but whatever. He has to do it individually. So I said, fine, I'll sign I'll sign all 200,000 myself if I have to. Guess what happened? They sued me again for contempt of court. First Virginia governor to be sued for contempt of court. But folks, when things are hard, that's when you have to lean in. So I've done that. And just last month, I was proud to stand in front of our Civil Rights Memorial and had signed all those orders individually. And now I own the record of having restored more rights than any governor in the history of the United States of America. Folks, that's what leadership is about, and that's what you are about. I'm still the same old Irish Catholic kid growing up in upstate New York, but I never forgot my values. People worked hard at VUU to give you the skills that you have here today. So I'm asking, I want you to always think big. People want to be with winners, not whiners. If you see a glass ceiling, you knock that down into millions of different pieces. When they say no, you say yes. And you do it with a smile. Be optimistic. Be positive. You have the whole world in front of you. The only limits are those limits that you put on yourself. So I'm telling you, graduates of VUU, I'm counting big things out of you because you stand on the shoulders of 150 years of great legends, of people who've been here and who visited, like Martin Luther King and Booker T. Washington. You have an education from an institution that no one else in America can say. brought out of the depths of one of the worst slave trading facilities in America. That is your history. That is your legacy. You march out that door and you never turn back, and you get out there and fight for the rights of everyone. Thank you very much.
What a powerful message. We're all inspired. As you know, the governor is going to be leaving, and we want to make him a Unionite before he goes. On the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in them, trustees of the university have conferred on Terrence Richard McCullough the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, and have granted this diploma as evidence thereof, given in the city of Richmond, the state of Virginia, in the United States of America, in the year of our Lord 2017, on the 13th day of May. W. Franklin Richardson, Chairman of the Board. Joseph Johnson, Acting President.
That is good. You. Very good. Thank you. We'll go this way.
Good morning. It is my honor at this time to introduce you to Virginia Union University's Golden Class. These distinguished ladies and gentlemen graduated in the class of 1967. Please stand. And I learned an interesting tidbit last night at Baccalaureate. Our chairman of the board, Dr. W. Franklin Richardson, was also in that class. So let's recognize him. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning, Virginia Union University graduating senior Alicia Hudson will take the oath of office to become a second lieutenant in the United States Army. Cadet Hudson, please come forward. Second Lieutenant Hudson will now have her rank pinned by her mother, Shanisha Ewing. Anisha Hudson, thank you. Please join me in congratulating the newest Second Lieutenant in the U.S. Army, Second Lieutenant Alicia Hudson. It is tradition in the U.S. Army for newly commissioned officers to exchange a first salute with a non-commissioned officer or enlisted service member. After the salute is exchanged, the new lieutenant traditionally presents the non-commissioned officer or enlisted service member with a silver dollar. Second Lieutenant Hudson will render her first salute to Sergeant First Class Ewing.
Good morning. I would like to present the candidates for summer graduation. Please stand as I call your names. Leticia Cartron, biology major. Please stand and remain standing. Brianne Epting, marketing major. Brianne. Jessica Gregory, marketing major. Chillen Wangus, psychology major. Give them a round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. I'll now acknowledge some of our outstanding students. Let me begin with our valedictorians. This year we have 2 students, as Governor just mentioned, those who have a perfect GPA of 4.0. I'll begin with Matt Wong Van Lee. Governor has said all about that you need to know about him. So again, there's nothing to be said, but as you know, he's going on to a graduate school to do his PhD starting this fall. Our second valedictorian, Taylor Lauren White. Taylor, do you want to stand again? Again, Governor spoke everything that needs to be said. I have my notes, but I'll spare that. And Taylor, one of the things that Governor did not mention, that she's going to take a year off, and in 2018, she's going to go to Towson State University to pursue a graduate degree. Thank you. The next, our salutatorian, who's got a GPA of 3.93, Danielle Letisa Ibel. Danielle is majored in biology. She's from Richmond, and just hot off the press, yesterday I found out that she's going to National Cancer Institute for post-baccalaureate program. Congratulations, Danielle. Please be seated. And you will hear from these valedictorian in a couple of minutes, but before that, I need to do one more business that I need to take care. And we have some of the outstanding faculty we know here at Virginia Union. We have one outstanding faculty that we're going to acknowledge today, and that is the recipient of the Scott Stringfellow Award. It is a prestigious award given for outstanding teaching, research, all that, and mentoring. It's been selected by the peers of our faculty here on campus. This year's recipient is one of our own. She's a graduate of Virginia Union University, and then she went on to get a PhD in biochemistry and molecular biology at Wake Forest University. And then, I'm supposed to give the secret, giving away my secret here now. And then she subsequently went to complete a postdoc at Johns Hopkins University. And then she traveled around the world studying infectious disease. It is my honor to present Dr. Corlita Page Anderson.
If you will permit me, Virginia Union University Scott and Stringfellow 2017 Outstanding Professor Award is presented to Dr. Carlita L. Page Anderson for outstanding teaching and service on this May 13th, 2017. We congratulate you. Thank you.
Now, it is time for us to hear from two of our valedictorians. First, I'll ask Mr. Lee to come forward and make a small presentation. Mr. Lee, would you please come forward?
Good morning. Good morning, President Johnson, Dr. Richardson, other platform guests, professor, family, and most importantly, my friend of the class of 2017. It is indeed an honor to stand before you today. When I decided to attend college 9,000 miles away from home, Vietnam, where I was born and raised, I was terrified of the culture and language barriers. I dreaded being different and alone. No friends, no companionship, and no love life. And also, you probably have noticed that I do not look like a typical unionite. But at heart, I am. My love for Virginia Union University is rooted in the values and the humanity of this great institution. From its humble beginning, at a jail for slaves who refused to be broken, Virginia Union continued to thrive and thrive as it continued 152 years of empowering and developing leaders. The fact that I am here is the proof of Virginia Union's commitment to diversity and global outreach. Most of you are familiar with the quote, "It takes a village to raise a child," or in this case, a scholar. At Virginia Union University, I couldn't have asked for a more supportive village. The financial aid advisor ensured that I have received adequate funding for my education. The student, faculty, and staff members that work with the physics club, chemistry club, the honor program, and the Gamma chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. The career office and the tutoring center became my family. Professor and staff from in and outside of my department helped me to secure my first internship, set career goals and timeline, and get accepted into the graduate program at the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. Inspired by my fears, I came to Virginia Union with one goal in mind, to achieve all of my endeavors. By remaining true to this commitment, I have been blessed to achieve several firsts. The first Asian to graduate from Virginia Union with a bachelor. The first Asian valedictorian. The first Asian to join the fraternity. And the first physics graduate in more than 60 years. And last but not least, the first student to graduate with 3 majors. Although I'm extremely proud and happy about the accomplishment, but I want you to know that my greatest happiness derives not from my academic success, but from letting you into my life. I believe that Virginia Union University is where God called me to be, and He placed all elements in alignment for my success. There are those who may dismiss Virginia Union as a quality educational institution. Some may even turn up their noses in disdain because Virginia Union is not Ivy League with an unlimited endowment. It is a small private HBCU with limited resources and yet a lot of heart that continue to defy the odds by making a way out of no way. Time and time again, Virginia Union proved that one does not need to attend a brand name institution to earn a brand name education. As new Union graduates, we have plans that we are afraid may not pan out because life is unpredictable. However, I now know that Union have prepared me well. Union have taught me how important it is to have people stand by me when things don't go according to plan and when even they do. With a strong academic foundation and a strong support system, each of us ultimately will succeed. And some of us will even lead the world. And as you do, remember Virginia Union University, your alma mater. To the member of the class of 2017, I leave you with inspirational blessing. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be ever at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. May the rain fall soft upon your field. And until we meet again, may God hold you, may God hold you, ever in the palm of His hand, ever in the palm of His hand. Thank you. As I close, I want to thank my VUU family for enhancing my life and my education, especially to Dr. Asiano, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Teju, Dr. Mishra, Dr. Mensah, Dr. Islam, Dr. Reen, Dr. Kalantarian, Professor McDonald, Ms. White, Reverend Brown, Ms. Miller, Dr. Page, Dr. Masheper, and last but not least, my friend at Virginia Union University. To my fellow graduates of the class of 2017, I wish you the very best in your future endeavors. Dear Union, I will always love thee. And may I say, Go Panthers!
Mr. Lee also received a Garrett Rayland Excellence in Chemistry 2017 award. It comes with a monetary value as well. Thank you.
I have to take a point of privilege from one alpha man to another. To certainly congratulate him, and I have some tokens of appreciation that he has earned. I'm also advised that your sister and brother, they're here. Are they in the audience?
Yeah.
Are they in the audience?
My brother.
Yeah, if they're here in the audience, I want to understand because they flew here from Vietnam.
Can I say something?
Yes, please do.
Tí nị quý đứng lên đi. Có đây không?
There they are. If you'll congratulate them, I would appreciate that.
Next, we'll hear from Miss White.
Good morning. It is a pleasure to be standing before you today as your class of 2017 co-valedictorian. To be honest, when I heard I had to give a speech today in front of you all, I immediately got nervous and thought, what could I talk about? I was asking, what can I say in front of these people to make them, feel how I felt at Union? But then I realized I'm a graduate of Virginia Union. I am a scholar athlete with a 4.0 GPA. I'm a CIAA and Atlantic Region champion. What is there not to say? Being a graduate of Virginia Union means so much more than that piece of paper. You see, when you become a graduate of VUU, you become a part of a family, a community, and a lifetime support system. To me, Union's most valuable lesson was growth. I became someone I never thought I'd be looking back through my high school days. Though I did not start here my freshman year, the growth I have experienced has been tremendous. As a scholar athlete, consistent communication with your academic professors was key. When you're on the road traveling with your team, it's always important to remember that you are a student first. Student first. I had the biggest support system from my teammates and coaches, shout out to Kiana, to my professors and the education department, to my friends and peers. Everyone pushed me to be better than I was the day before. You see, Union has a way of making you feel at home away from home. Being surrounded by Black excellence, what more can you ask for? My success was far from easy, but even on my bad days, when I'd express to one of my peers that I failed a test or an assignment, the responses I received were all the same. Taylor, seriously, you passed before you even walked in the door. And that gave me the confidence to carry on. Being in a place where you know your peers will always be there to pick you up and encourage you is hard to find. So class of 2017, they don't want to see you winning. Hey. But we will succeed. Now there is no other option. Be proud and celebrate. We made it farther than most, but our journey still continues. I wish you the best of luck in your futures. God bless to each and every one of you.
We're simply, for each of our valedictorians, we give them a token of appreciation that they have earned. And this is all yours.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is a very important portion of this program, and certainly it commands our attention. We will now present to not only friends, but supporters of this institution who've made a difference in our continued success. So I will call to the podium Mr. Steve Bullock, our Vice Chairman, as he presents the first honorary degree to be presented this morning.
Good morning, all, especially the class of 2017. Congratulations. It is a great honor and a personal privilege for me to present Reverend Dr. Yvonne Jones Bibbs for the Honorary Doctor of Divinity degree from Virginia Union University. I've just met Reverend Bibbs this morning, but I know her and have known her from a distance. I know of her work, and I know that she is a woman of God. I used, however, my source for artificial intelligence to learn more about her. So I Googled her. And I learned that she is shy and humble. And she does not like to talk about her achievements, and she doesn't like anyone else to talk about her achievements. So I commit to her that I'm just not going to read what's in the program. You can do that yourselves. But I just wanted to say a few words about what I learned about her. As I said, she's a very shy and humble person. She's a quiet giant, and she's a trailblazer. She is the first female pastor of Sixth Baptist Church here in Richmond, Virginia. And she's also, during her 16 years as pastor, she has transformed the church in terms of its structure and its programs. This lady does what my mother says everyone should do, and that is she leaves everything that she touches or that in her space better than she found it. When she touches it, it's improved. Again, she is a woman of God. One of the things that I saw over and over again when I Googled her was this statement: she is a wife, she's a mother, she's a teacher, she's a preacher, and again, a woman of God. She lives the life and the words that she preaches. I do want to say this about her. She earned a doctorate degree in ministry from the International College and Seminary in 1993, and in 2006, she was awarded a diploma from the Baptist Theological University in Zimbabwe. And today, she will become united with us. She will become a Unionite. The other thing that I learned when I Googled her is that she likes the music of Gladys Knight and the Pips and the Temptations, and I happen to like both of those as well. So it is with much honor and recognition of Dr. Bibb's outstanding humanitarian efforts in the city of Richmond and the Commonwealth of Virginia, her achievements and her achievements as a dynamic preacher. The Board of Trustees of Virginia Union University is proud to confer upon Dr. Yvonne Jones Bibbs the degree of Doctor of Divinity honoris causa with all of the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Dr. Bibbs. Did I say too much?
Again, if you will, congratulate the new doctor. I'd like to now, as we move on with this, bring to the podium N. Scott Phillips, one of our board members, to present the Doctor of Humane Letters to two individuals individually, and that will be James and Barbara Selman.
Good morning, Virginia Union. Good morning and congratulations to the class of 2017. We have a few people joining you this morning in this class of 2017. Individuals who I also met today but feel like I've known for 22 years. How many of you have been to the Virginia Union Museum and Gallery in the L. Douglas Wilder Library? The students, I know you've been there. There's art that is hanging on the walls of our museum that folks come to see from around the world. Over 300 artifacts. Those artifacts were donated to Virginia Union by James and Barbara Selman. These individuals have cultivated, collected, and preserved through the Souls Grown Deep Foundation, the only nonprofit institution dedicated to identifying, documenting, preserving, and promoting the visual arts of the African American South for over 30 years. They have contributed to the life of this community both through their professions and through their philanthropy. A renowned psychiatrist, Dr. James Selman, and a member of the staff of Virginia Commonwealth University, and a community leader in Ms. Barbara Selman, contributing her time and talents to numerous organizations here in our city. Because of their exceptional support of the arts in the city of Richmond, Commonwealth of Virginia, and the nation, and their many years of invaluable support of the arts at Virginia Union University, the Board of Trustees is proud to confer upon James and Barbara Selman the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations. And as I talked about the art in the museum, and I have to thank Dr. Richardson, because I'm grown very fond of the Thornton Dial collection. That is really the primary piece of sets of artwork that we have. And we have the largest collection in the world, thanks to the Selmans. So thank you, Dr. Richard, for putting that.
Okay, folks, and finally, and certainly not least, I'd like to bring to the podium one of our board members, Mr. John Bocock, who will present the Doctor of Humane Letters to Ms. Diane Watkins Walker. Thank you, John.
Good morning, Virginia Union, and congratulations to our graduates, especially those two valedictorians. You all are incredible. I am Jack Bocock, and it is my privilege to introduce Diane Walker. Diane Walker is a lovely, charming, and accomplished person. This is no surprise because she grew up on the grounds of Virginia Union University. I suspect she knows our hallowed grounds and dear old walls as well as anyone here. Diane is the president and founder of Bells for Peace. The organization was established in memory of Virginia Union University's first African-American president, Dr. John Malchus Ellison, and his wife, Elizabeth Balfour Ellison, to emphasize the importance of education as the key to a more peaceful community, region, nation, and world. Ms. Walker and her brother, Alan Nelson, discovered that when the Belgian government donated the Belgian Friendship Building to Virginia Union University in 1939, the 35 bell carillon, originally located in the tower of the building, was given to Stanford University. Mrs. Walker worked tirelessly to promote the history of Virginia Union University and was able to secure donations to install an electric carillon in our Belgian Friendship Building. Ms. Walker graduated with honors from Virginia Union in 1965. She was the university's first graduate in early childhood education. After earning her master's degree from Columbia University in 1969, she was hired as an instructor at Clark College in Atlanta, Georgia. She then worked for Virginia State University and as an instructor of education at Virginia Union. Ms. Walker joined the Richmond Public Schools as a classroom teacher and administrator. As a member of the board of the Virginia Association of Early Childhood Education, Ms. Walker coordinated the Week of the Young Child for Virginia. She created Richmond's first Early Childhood Institute, the first Mentor Teacher Institute, and the first New Teacher Institute. She coordinated the Teacher of the Year program and worked with area colleges to place student teachers. For her devotion to Virginia Union University and her stellar educational contributions to children throughout the city of Richmond, the Commonwealth of Virginia, and the nation, the Board of Trustees is proud to confer upon E. Diane Nelson Watkins Walker the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
If you will join me in congratulating all of the recipients of the honorary degree that we've afforded this morning.
Just, if I may take a moment, as you know, Mr. Nat Lee made a reference that he's the first graduate in 60 years in physics. As you know, we put our physics program in a moratorium for nearly 60 years. We brought back, last year, the first time we revived the first back, and I want to acknowledge Dr. Perkins for bringing this back. Thank you very much, Perkins. I appreciate that. Would the deans come forward to recommend the candidates for degrees? We'll begin with Dr. Brenda Ponsford, Dean, the Sidney Lewis School of Business.
Will all the faculty and students from the Sidney Lewis School of Business please stand? Mr. Vice President, the faculty and I present to you the candidates listed in the program who have completed degree requirements from the bachelor's degree from the Sidney Lewis School of Business. Please be seated.
Thank you. Will Dr. David Odoe, Dean of the Evelyn Reed Syphax School of Education, Psychology, and Interdisciplinary Studies, please come forward.
Will all faculty and students from the Evelyn Reed Syphax School of Education, Psychology, and Interdisciplinary Studies please stand? Mr. Vice President, the faculty and I present to you the candidates listed in the program who have completed degree requirements for the bachelor's and master's degrees from the Evelyn Reed Syphax School of Education, Psychology, and Interdisciplinary Studies. Please be seated.
Thank you. Will Dr. Latrell Green, Dean of the School of Mathematics, Science, and Technology, please come forward.
Will all faculty and students from the School of Mathematics, Science, and Technology please stand? Mr. Vice President, the faculty and I present to you the candidates listed in the program who completed the degree requirements for the bachelor's degree from the School of Mathematics, Science, and Technology. Please be seated.
Thank you. Will Dr. Michael O'Rourke, Dean of the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, please come forward.
Will the distinguished faculty and students from the School of Humanities, Social Sciences, please stand? Mr. Vice President, the faculty and I present to you the candidates listed in the program who have completed degree requirements for the bachelor's degree from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Please be seated.
Please be seated.
Thank you. Will Dr. John Kinney, Senior Vice President and Dean of the Samuel D. Proctor School of Theology, please come forward?
Will all the faculty and students from the School of Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology of Virginia Union University please stand? Mr. Vice President, the faculty and I present to you the candidates listed in the program who have completed the requirements for the following degrees from the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology: the Master of Arts in Christian Education, the Master of Divinity, and the Doctor of Ministry. Please be seated.
Mr. President, upon recommendations of the deans and the faculty of the Virginia Union University, I present to you the following candidates for the conferring of the degrees of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Social Work, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Master of Arts in Curriculum and Instruction, Master's Art in Christian Education, Master of Divinity, Doctor of Ministry. Will the class of 2017 please stand?
By the authority vested in me through the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the bachelor, master, and doctoral degrees with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Undergraduate degree recipients, please move your tassels from right to left. This simple movement of your tassels symbolizes that you are now officially graduates of Virginia Union University. You may be seated.
Class of 2017, please come forward to receive your degree. We'll begin with Dr. Pansford and the Sidney Lewis School of Business, followed by Dr. Arui of the Evelyn Reed Syphax School of Education, Psychology, and Interdisciplinary Studies, Dr. Green of the School of Math, Science, and Technology, Dr. Orak and the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, and followed by Dr. Kinney and the Samuel D. Proctor School of Theology.
Janae Mia Kelly. Tanae D. Gardner. Samaj Hori. Jania Victoria Bobo. Demetrius I. Garner. Emmanuel Richard Oza. Chiron Bracy. Christopher Alexander Polk. Tanae Maria Melvin. Jamesia Stamps. Neil Jerron Webster Smith. Uriah Sky Horn. Gary Andre Kottman. Tiffany Evelyn Harris. James Michelle Davidson. Kamani Anthony Wilson. Ariana Nicole Bethel. Tanisha Annette Gail Jenkins. Ebony Monique Watford. Naima Ashley Gay. LaShawn R. Brown. Marquis Cortez Jackson. DeAndre Jubri McKithen. Marisha R. Bates. DeAndre S. Bullard. Joseph Abrin Blanks. Philippe Pierre Cunningham. Christopher Kadim Addison. Essence Holmes. Patrice Lachey Harris. Ala Marie Trammell. Nicole Marie Logan. Artneil Reed.
Tomarine Miata Goba. Alicia R. Brown. David Sam Hayes. Jasmine Alexis Thomas. Monet Brianna Evans. Olajire Michael Jokodola. Amber Joel Wilford London. Roy Lohuru Love Jr. Daniel Lynn McDaniels. Kiana Johnson. Taylor White. Latoya Colley Graham. Jacqueline Wilson. Kayana Patrice McNeil Johnson. Tyler Jane Stafford. Tajuana Armstead. Charlene Taylor Jefferson Harvey. Tony Avin G. Jerice Nicole Sales. Michaela Chantel Springs Massenburg. Shadeya Rachel Walker. Anya Jamel Morgan. Karim Andrew Barrows. Akia Jade Morris. Taylor Briamba Moore. Ayasha Nate Sledge. Odessa Walker Johnson. Jeffrey D. Henderson. Kanisha Nicole James. DJ Alicia Harris. Diana Marcella Florence. Brittany Michelle Fogg. Martina Bill. Brianna Nicole Batts. Stephanie Michelle Malone. Kendra Denetrice Vaughn. Max Henry Philip Billow. Stephanie Carlin Coleman. Katrina Latrice Moore. Brittany Calloway. Donisha Rachel Hickman. Taylor Chantel Jefferson. Jimmy Shante Canty. Charlene Colbert. Kiara Nicole Stubbs. Tanya Maria Jones. Double Major Ebony Medina Watson.
Darian Alexander McCray. Corey Martin Baylor, cum laude. Galvani FM TK. Sharice Naomi Bozeman. Thomas Anthony White. Danielle Letitia Ebel, summa cum laude. Linda Moise, cum laude. Bintu Nike Jala. Ileana Calderon. Darylvana Desiree Cooper. Amber Marisha Jordan, cum laude. Alicia Ashley Hudson. Yes. Jehu Vallis. Alcove valedictorian, who's graduating as a triple major, Nat Quan Van Lay, summa cum laude. Damian Elsie Brown. Randy Gregory Lewis Jr. Perja Varnisha Johnson. Jarvis Bigger, magna cum laude. Katasha Antoinette Thompson, cum laude. Paris Cameron Roberts. Rasheen Bay Thompson II, he's a double major in biology and chemistry. Hugh Crutchfield. Coran Anisha Middleton. Mitchell Bryson White. Susanna Waldron. Philemon Alizar Zera. Zael Maria Brown, cum laude. Omar Christopher Briggs, cum laude. Deja Najee Perry. Jalen Antonio Reed.
Arnold Edward Hudson, cum laude. Rael Brianna Jackson. Shaquandra Elise Brown. What is this? Shara D. King. Kendrick Allen Brown, cum laude. Raul Diaz Rodriguez, cum laude. Trayvon DeMonte Womack. Carlos Denoris Garrett. Jasmine Alicia Lewis, cum laude. Alisa Daniel Lee, magna cum laude. Carl W. Calhoun, cum laude. Tanji Shanice Coleman. Roman Javian Simpson, magna cum laude. Dashawn Austin Barton, cum laude. Jessica Destiny Gilliard. Bryce Lamar Holloway, cum laude. Jalen Gerald Fuller. Alfonso Ross, cum laude. Donald Devon Sewell. Suswell, Jr. Aisha Monique Atkins. DeAndre Gerald Briscoe, cum laude. Tashan Elijah Mitchell. Brittany Jasmine Smith. Shantana C. Boyd. What's going on? Jerome D. Furtado. Monique Lynn Ann Miller, cum laude. Dominique Monia Voss, cum laude. Abiebaru Minratu Bar, magna cum laude. Brianda Andrea Henderson, magna cum laude. Shekinah Bernice Louis Stewart. Rista Amir Hall Blow. Taylor Yvonne Celeste Jenkins Thompson. Carl Ronald Kelly. Gerald Reginald Cuff, summa cum laude. Kimberly Arana Turner, cum laude. Omar VUU Conga, magna cum laude. Raymond Adama Tumble, cum laude. James Leslie Prison, cum laude. Shelby L. Stone, magna cum laude. Travia Raymond Walker. Ricky Alonso Rees, cum laude, Jr. Alexandria Nicole Brooks. Crystalline Lorraine Harris, summa cum laude. Tiffany Lynn Smith, cum laude. Melissa Darlene White. Nakia Winshaw Williams, cum laude. Marcus Johnson. Lakisha Shanre Washington, magna cum laude. Lawrence Ivan Reed II, magna cum laude. Eton Malik Hamilton. Miranda Haynes. Shahim Adamus Dowdy. Felona Fenora Booker, cum laude. Trayvon Lamont Washington, cum laude. Hakeem Troy Flood, cum laude. Douglas Lazarus Green Jr., cum laude. Kitami Adowa Newby, cum laude. Larry Chantel Gilead, cum laude. Mira Jonae White, cum laude. Shanre Vaughn Sampson. Regine Ross, cum laude. Denise Evelyn Banano, summa cum laude. Jesse York. Marcus Cornell Freeman, cum laude. Albany Nicole Baker.
School of Theology, Master of Arts in Christian Education. Vincent Casey Allen, Sr. Renee Lavana Alston. Pamela R. Atkins. Pam. Monica Lee Bagby. Wendy Lawrence Bethea. Ernest Blues Sr. Janet K. Copeland. Tracy LaShawn Epps. Vadrika Lamont Epps. Bessie Robinson Hayes. Yvette Karen Humphrey. Desiree Antoinette Jenkins. Desiree is the top graduate in the Master of Arts of Christian Education program and the recipient of the Paul Nichols Gloria Taylor Award. Glorietta Richie Jones. Leroy Mayshore Jr. Pamela Renee Newton. Ella Montrez Nicholson. William Anthony Otis Richardson. Where your card? Just tell me your name. Tina L. Watson. Hal Stacy White. The Master of Divinity program. Kennedy Abbott. Vincent Casey Allen, Sr., dual degree recipient. Renee Lavana Alston, dual degree recipient. Samuel Apraku Mensah. Cora Lena Armstrong. Michelle Andrea Armstrong. Paul Anthony Ball. Travis Lamons Barino. Corona Barrow. Tony Ray Ball Jr. Jermaine Marie Blakey. Rosalind Teresa Blow. Gregory Decatur Booth Jr. Gerald Quincy Brandon. William Andre Brimage III. Leverett Devon Bryant Sr. Kirian O. Buba. Sean David Birch. David O. Calhoun. Darlene Ates Carter. Paul Elwood Carter II. Peter Chingbinjana. James Anthony Chopfield. DeCarlo Boyd Holly. Lawrence Neal Cooper. Chastity Monet Cox. Mark Arthur Crowley. Glenice Daniel Chambers. Leonard Lawrence Daniel Sr. Aaron L. Dobines Jr. William Jeffrey Downing. Charles Ray Eason. Kevin Fitzgerald Elmore. Vadrika Lamont Epps. Veda Suggs Iselfi. Cora Mae Davis Felder. Henry Lamont Ford. Penny Marie Foy. Mario D. Frazier. Marilyn Olivia Lawrence Freeman. Melissa Nicole Freeman. Martha Perkins Gatlin. Corey Zane Galt. Laruna Gilbert. Regina Glenn Caldwell. Patricia Green Gray. Wendy Yvette Amy Grice. Betsy W. Grissom. Vernon Wesley Hairston Sr. Carl Anthony Hamill. Thomas Earl Harrell Jr. Leela E. Harris. Leela is our top graduate in the MDiv program and the winner of the Horace James Award. Misa L. Harris, Mosaic Harris. Herman McCoy Hawkins, Jr. Sharmika Louise Hayes. Vanessa E. Hicks. Alvin L. Hill. Stacy Deneen Houston. Kyrie Patrice Jackson. Gary Gerald Johnson Sr. James Reginald Johnson. Sharon D. Johnson. Bryce Andrew Jones. Phyllis Lee Jones. Chloe Monique Kirkland. Jawan Johnson Kyles. Jane Edwards Laster. William K. Lazar. Elwood Taylor Lewis, Sr. John R. Logan, III. Simon Gamele Logo. Carl R. Marshall, Sr. Valerie Coles Matthews. Tony V. Mays. Marco Dante McNeil. Larry Cornelius Miles, Sr. Robert Wiley Mitchell. Letha Maurice Moore Jones. Paul B.D. Nichols. Tonia Chantel Nixon. Carver D. Pace, Jr. Cherise C. Parker Freeman. Deborah L. Parker. Samuel Afi Bonisi Paul. William T. Powell. Harriet Jane Pratt. Camille Elizabeth Preston. Ellen Louise Rebel. Melanie Denise Reed. Angela M. Riddick. Bless you, Darrell. Douglas Dwayne Riley, Sr. Sherelle Walters Rodriguez. Aquanda Latorcia Sherelle. Shirley Ann Spann. Taiwo Babatunde Stevenson. Brittany Chancia Sykes. Sherry Tina Tarleton. Helen Natoma Terrell. Rosalind Clark Thomas. Sonia Teresa Thornton. Orlando S. Tolliver. Brad Calvin Turner, Jr. Marilyn Marie Walker. Lee Marvin Walker, Sr. Leon Fagan Walker. Tina Watson. Leslie Tanai White. Todd B. Winston. Leroy Bayshore Jr. Latoya Danielle Wright. hood there. Your hood on. Doctor of Ministry, Malcolm V. Andrus III. Research project, Urban Social Enterprise, a way to do entrepreneurship in a ministry. Bruce Burlington Burton Sr. Research project, Pixel from the Pulpit and Pew, the power of photography, digital images in the 21st century church. Maceo Edward Freeman Jr. Project, recruiting youth ministers who are spiritually gifted as leaders, shepherds, and/or teachers to serve as surrogate fathers. Frederick Kenneth Gaddy. Project research, Ill Will Come to the Church, developing a ministry to returning citizens. Eric Jason Gill. Project, Train Up a Child, awakening Black consciousness in middle-class Black youth. Demetrius B. Harris. Project, teaching spiritual themes to African American children, a picture book approach. Ramin M. Jackson, a voice to the voiceless, developing a resource ministry that addresses the holistic needs of returning citizens. George Joseph Mitchell. Document, A Change is Coming, co-pastoring a model for pastoral transition at New Hope Missionary Baptist Church. Joshua Lloyd Mitchell. In Bid Me to Come, engaging Black millennial in parish-based discipleship development. Is that Rachel Portier? Lovely Nakila Rochelle Portier. Project Ugly Beauty, restoring precious jewels, developing a therapeutic approach to addressing the needs of juvenile girls who have been affected by trauma. Reginald Wade Williams, Jr., moving the masses, the role of prophetic preaching in the formation of prophetic congregations. Rhema Effie Wright, empowering to soar, nurturing African American blended families. Yvonne Wright Dunn, preparing the soil, leadership education for new trans church planters.
If you will just join me before we move toward closure, please, with a round of applause to all the graduates, the parents, supporters, and for that I thank you, and I'll bring Mrs. Carolyn Jacobs. Mrs. Carolyn Jacobs, the president of the Virginia Union University National Alumni Association, will come to induct our graduates into the association. President.
Graduates, today is one of the most important days in your life. You have now joined the ranks of the distinguished alumni of Virginia Union University. On yesterday, you received a graduate's directory. In that graduate's directory is a list of the alumni chapters around this nation. There is also a form in there for you to complete to receive your complimentary one-year membership in the National Alumni Association. Affiliate with a chapter and participate in the life of your alumni association. As a graduate, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to assist those who come behind you. You have been given much, and much is required. Become a mentor for some young person. Join Panthers Partnering for the Future, the Alumni Mentoring Program. Now, at this time, I'd like to ask all 2017 graduates and all other Virginia Union alumni graduates to stand and read with me the alumni oath printed on your program. all graduates, all alumni of Virginia Union University. Let's read this oath together. I, and repeat your name, do hereby promise to be faithful to the ideals and traditions of Virginia Union University. Amen. Go forth and make us proud.
May I invite everyone to stand for the alma mater.
Now, gracious Creator, as we bring closure to this moment by stepping over the threshold of new beginnings, as we go forward, we look back. God, we respect the elders. We remember the ancestors. God, remember one of our own who transitioned this year, one of our young students, Rachel Harvey. We remember all who now walk with the ancestors. As we go forward, may we never shrink ourselves to an existence that is beneath the dignity of our created majesty. As we move forward, may we never reduce ourselves to comfort and privilege in a reality that does not fulfill your vision for all creation. We came here by your grace and by your power. We leave here by your grace and in your power. This grace and power allows us to testify right now, the best is yet to come. This grace and power allows us to affirm with assurance, it does not yet appear
what we shall be. Now unto him who is able to do immeasurably more than we ask or imagine, according to the power that is in work in his glory, be to him all glory throughout every generation, now and forever and forever and forever. To God be the glory. Amen.